Welcome back, my friend. Today, I am beginning a brand new chapter on this channel. And this one is special because it carries the heartbeat of true adventure.
This is not just another video. This is the story of how I descended a roaring waterfall in Sri Lanka and how that single experience changed something deep inside me.
If you love adventure, stay with me. If your heart beats faster when you hear the sound of rushing water and wild wind, then this story is meant for you. And if you watch until the very end, I already know you are one of those who crave the extraordinary. This was my third abseiling experience, but every descent feels like the first time you step into the unknown. There will be more locations, more cliffs, more waterfalls. Next month, an even more extreme adventure is waiting, and I cannot wait to share it with you. So stay with me, subscribe, and let us explore the wild side of this world together. If you have ever dreamed of doing something like this, I promise to tell you everything you need to know, so one day you can stand where I stood. And maybe, just maybe, you will travel to Sri Lanka and feel this magic for yourself. Sri Lanka is not just an island. It is a land filled with hidden waterfalls, misty mountains, ancient forests, and raw, untouched beauty. For adventure lovers, this place is a playground designed by nature itself. Sometimes, when you choose adventure, you realize that courage alone is not enough. Sometimes you need the strength of a team behind you. In Sri Lanka, there is a trusted team called Ceylon Extreme Adventures. When it comes to safety and professionalism, they operate at the highest level. I trusted them completely. When you are hanging on a rope 120 meters above the ground, trust is everything. The waterfall we chose is called Puna Falls. And believe me, it is unlike any waterfall I have ever seen. It is shaped like the letter Y. Two powerful streams descend separately and merge into one thunderous fall at the bottom. The total height is around 120 meters. Half of the descent is along a solid rock face, and the other half is pure overhang in open air. I call this a story because it felt like a perfectly written chapter in my life. The event was arranged on a pre-booked basis by Ceylon Extreme Adventure. We were 14 members, strangers at first, united by one shared desire, to face the wild. Our journey began at 2 o'clock in the morning from Colombo. The city was asleep while we were chasing something unforgettable. The transport was perfectly arranged. By 6 a.m., we arrived in the cool, misty heart of Sri Lanka's hill country. If you wish to experience this privately, I have included their official link in the description below. This is not a promotion. It is simply gratitude for the beautiful memory they helped create. Breakfast was served at an old tea factory hotel, a place that carries the heritage of Sri Lanka's world-famous tea. The atmosphere was calm and nostalgic. But that story deserves its own video one day. After breakfast, transport took us closer to the starting point. Some in the group had prior experience, while others were complete beginners. Yet, even those with experience felt a quiet uncertainty, that little voice inside asking, "Are you ready?" The first step was gearing up. Helmet, harness, proper shoes, gloves, every piece carefully checked. Then came the instructions, clear, friendly, and delivered with smiles that slowly melted our fear. They did not just teach technique, they removed doubt from our minds. From there, we walked about 300 meters through a tea estate. The morning mist wrapped around us as we followed a narrow path toward the jungle.
We crossed a small river together, helping one another, laughing, already building trust as a team. And then we reached the top of Puna Falls. Standing there, looking down, the world felt very small beneath my feet. The team had already anchored the ropes to strong trees, every knot, every connection carefully secured. I love experiences like this in a group. You meet people from different professions and different parts of the country. But in that moment, none of that matters. We were just 14 souls ready to descend together. Before the actual descent, we had a full training session. How to control the rope, how to position your body, and what never to do. The most important device was the figure of weight, attached to a heavy-duty carabiner rated to hold 2.5 tons. Knowing that number alone builds confidence. It reminds you that the equipment is stronger than your fear. 2 ropes were attached to each of us. One main rope for descent and one backup rope for additional safety. Your dominant hand controls the brake rope behind you. That single hand determines your speed and stability. Your body must remain at a 90-degree angle to the rock face. Your legs spread in a V shape to maintain balance. Look down between your legs. Trust the system. If you want to stop mid-air, simply pull the rope behind you and lock yourself in position. They even showed us what to do if we slipped, how to reposition, regain control, and continue safely. Every waterfall is different. Every descent demands awareness and respect. At around 50% of the descent, there is an overhang where the rock face disappears. No wall beneath your feet, only open air and the sound of rushing water around you. Descending through an overhang is physically easier, but mentally it is intense and unforgettable. Finally, it was time. One by one, each person began their descent. My turn was fourth. Waiting felt longer than the climb down would be. When my turn came, the ropes were clipped securely into my harness. I stepped back slowly toward the edge. The temporary safety line was removed. The first step backward into empty space is something you never forget. In that second, fear transforms into focus. As I began descending, I quickly found my rhythm. I had 2 action cameras with me, one mounted on my chest and one in my hand. Recording while controlling the rope is not easy, but I wanted you to feel what I felt. The waterfall embraced me from both sides. On my left, a misty, gentle flow. On my right, a stronger current. It is possible to descend directly through the water, but for safety, you avoid the main stream. Small rocks and debris can fall with tremendous force. Safety must always come first. Halfway down, I paused, touched the rock face, felt the coolness of nature against my hands. Very few people see a waterfall from this angle. Very few choose to hang in the middle of it. Then came the overhang. The rock disappeared beneath my feet. Slowly, I removed my legs from the wall. Now I was suspended in open space. I began to rotate gently. There are techniques to control direction, but that is for another story. The sound of water echoing around me
The mist hitting my face, the wind swirling, it felt unreal. Some experiences cannot be captured fully on camera. They must be felt in your bones. Descending a rope for 120 meters requires strength and patience. But once your mind and body work together, it becomes pure flow. Eventually, I reached the bottom. There was no dry landing spot. I descended directly into icy, refreshing water. Mist and droplets surrounded me from every direction. The rocks were slippery. I waited until support reached me. With help and teamwork, I navigated the final slippery stretch safely. One by one, all 14 of us reached the bottom successfully. No injuries, only smiles and stories. We had lunch there near the waterfall, shared laughter, took photos, and relived every moment. Then we hiked back for about an hour. Tired bodies, but fulfilled hearts. And if your heart feels stirred right now, maybe it is time for you to answer the call of Sri Lanka. This was only the beginning. I will see you in the next extreme adventure.